You never know where life will take you. It can be hilarious, entertaining, surprising, or even terrifying. Join your hosts, Mike and Courtney, for real life adventures with Eaton on the Go. Life at the Island Podcast.
Well, hi there.
Hey, I'm Courtney.
And I'm Mike.
Welcome to the island.
Great to have you here again this week.
That's right.
And shout out to everyone listening on Apple, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you listen, and also on YouTube. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We would love to share new stuff with you. That's how you find out.
That's right.
So
subscribe.
Subscribe. You have a good week?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was a good week. It's
Nice
finally
out.
nice in Illinois to have some nice weather.
I know.
And I
isn't
think spring has sprung.
Spring has sprung. You know, I was just saying how it's been really windy lately.
Uh-huh.
And I remember as a kid hearing that saying, you know, March comes in like a lion and out like a lamb.
Yes.
And it is holding true this month.
It's true. It has come roaring in, for sure.
Roaring in.
All right, so drink of the week.
Drink of the week.
What do you have?
I have...
You're doing something exciting, something different here this week. I'm kind of excited.
I'm drinking some Venezuelan rum.
Ooh.
It's called Santa Teresa.
That's one that I got on that whiskey club.
Yeah.
Won it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. I'm not a huge rum fan, you know, but that's good.
It's super good.
And we also got some
It doesn't
rum.
taste like rum. Like, to me, it doesn't taste like rum. Probably because it's an expensive bottle. It's not a cheap-ass bottle of Bacardi.
That's true. And actually, we picked up some rum, some dark rum in the Dominican.
Oh, yeah,
That was
good.
way good.
Yeah,
Like,
it was good.
crazy. Okay.
What are you drinking?
I am drinking a bottle that my lovely wife picked up for me.
Who's that?
You know what's great? The only one I have.
Oh.
It's you. The great thing about my
To
wife
hear that. Oh, wait, what? Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Turn it up. The great thing about my wife is that she loves to bring home bottles of whiskey for me. And that is what I collect. I don't even know how many bottles of whiskey are in the collection now, but that is one thing I enjoy. I drink them slowly, sip them. Anyway, this is a Weller, the original weeded bourbon special reserve, and it's very, very good. This one tastes. This one has a lot of what should I say? Kind of a caramel taste, kind of like the one last week, but I don't know. It's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Have a sip.
It's great to be on the show
Tasty.
here again this week. I have an interesting perp of the week.
Oh, I can't wait to hear all about it.
Now, I will say this. It does not involve poop.
Wow, for once. Does
I
it
know.
involve some other type of bodily fluid?
There was another one that I really wanted to do, but I knew that I would get grief for it because...
You didn't want me to talk about the pro poopy perp?
That was a pretty cool nickname last week,
Yeah, I know.
poopy perp of the week.
Perpy poop of the week.
Or, yeah, whatever you want to say. All right, so this bungling felon from Washington State, he made a series of blunders.
Oh, wow. So
when he shot himself in the testicles.
how exactly? I don't even know
And
if I want to know.
he tried to hide the weapon, all while he was storing drugs in his anus.
Oh, this is getting weird real quickly.
So it is kind of poopy, I guess.
Yeah.
But now here's the thing. Now, as a cop, I will tell you that...
Do you know what bungling means?
What?
Do you know what bungling means?
No. What?
I just like that you use the word.
Yeah.
It means like inept.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, this...
I think it's a fun word.
It is.
Kind of
You
like...
just knew that or what?
Of course.
You're just amazingly smart. Like you are beautiful.
Wait a second.
I'm going for another bottle of whiskey here.
He's hoping I'll bring home a cigar with this bottle.
Ooh, man.
All right, so let's
That
hear
would be
about
great.
this.
Now, wait,
weirdo
side
that
note,
shot-
as
okay.
a cop, this is a very common thing.
People shoot themselves in the nuts? No. Oh, I was like, what?
No. Well, at least it's not common in these parts. No pun intended.
All right.
No.
Oh, the storing of drugs in your bunghole?
Yeah, or if you're a female, you're hoo-ha.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
All the time. We have people strip searched all the time because of this. Because it's a known way to carry
I don't want to be either of those
your
people.
drugs, meth. And it can be serious because a lot of times if that were to break open,
Yeah.
it can get right into your body quickly, and there's been people that have died from that. Okay, anyway, side note. So this dude's name is Cameron. He's 27. He was carrying, this guy is not the smartest perp in the world, as we determine none of them are.
Right.
He was carrying a pistol in his front pocket in Kashmir, Washington, in an apartment on April 5th when the firearm
This must have been
accidentally
last year,
discharged
another year.
and pierced his groin and thigh.
His groin.
Yeah.
His groin.
Or his nuts, as you would say. Now, he is a 13-time convicted felon. I'm sure he's just misunderstood.
Obviously, they are.
He told his girlfriend to dispose of the weapon before heading to the hospital, according to this newspaper report. When the ex-con went to the hospital, a balloon of marijuana. Now, they call them balloons because they...
Like a baggie or something?
Yeah, it's like a baggie, and then they'll twist it off, and then they'll shove it up a cavity.
Okay, well, just
And not in your tooth.
keep going.
But anyway, so a marijuana balloon slipped out of his butt while the doctor was operating on the gunshot wound. So here he's just out there doing this, and all of a sudden, just, here comes a thing of marijuana.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It just gets
So
weirder
cops,
and weirder.
they arrived at the hospital, and when they were alerted to the gunshot wound, and they searched his car and discovered a bag of meth in the blood-stained jeans that he was wearing when he shot himself. So the guy's he's just messing around.
He's just messing around. Like, he's 27 and he's got 13 felony convictions. Why is he not in prison?
I don't know, but it goes on.
Okay.
So
there's more.
Yeah. So the officers issued an arrest warrant for him. He turned himself into the police once he was out of the hospital, and when he was being processed at the Justice Center, Wilson was strip searched, and another balloon of marijuana slipped out of his butt.
That's a felony again, at least around here.
So, at any rate, he's
well, this is
obviously he
interesting.
was held on $110,000 bail, and was had to go to court here not too long ago. So,
Was this a last year case?
yeah.
Interesting.
So there it is.
Well, don't be that perp.
Our perp.
Jesus.
I don't know why I keep wanting to refer back to that. That's crazy.
Because it's funny.
Like I'm in junior high again.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, so, we were talking the other day, and one of the conversations that we had was, where do you suppose, like, some of these terms come from? Like a phrase.
Right, exactly. Did your parents or your grandparents or anybody ever say anything when you were a kid and you were like, why did they say that?
Yeah, or, sometimes you just heard it, and so you say it, and
Right.
you don't even know what it means.
Why you say it. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of that. When you start thinking about it, I'm like, actually, I don't know half the terms I use. I don't even really know where they came from
Right.
or what they mean.
That's true.
Hope they're not offensive.
My mom always used to say, hold your horses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that one means.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if I
Don't
have that
get
on
all
my
worked
list.
up, but I don't know where it came from. So,
Well, here's
Anyway.
we thought we would
share some of those. with
share
you.
some of these
And
because
why.
I was curious. So one of the first ones was one of the ones that my mom used to say was, "Don't let the cat out of the bag."
Yep, I've heard that.
And I know what that means. Like, don't reveal the secret
yeah,
or
don't
give it
don't-
away.
Yeah.
But this actually finds its roots in the 18th century fraud, street fraud. Suckling pigs
Why did
were often sold in bags. And a popular scheme was to replace the pig with a cat to sell it to an unwitting victim.
Well, that's
So they would
sad.
say, don't let the cat out of the bag.
So they threw, this is why we have, animal cruelty. Because
Well, yeah.
they throw baby pigs in a bag and sell them on the streets.
Right. I'm not saying it was right. I'm just saying that's what they did. So,
That's sad. Poor
18th
little
century.
piggy.
Yeah.
Oh, poor little piggy.
This little piggy went to market.
How about, I know most people have probably heard this one, you're pulling my leg,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, my dad used to say that
Yeah.
all the time.
You're teasing somebody. And it has its origins rooted, again, it's like another crime, It's kind of interesting.
It
In the
is.
criminal world, again, of the 18th century, where street thieves would pull victims down by their leg in order to rob them.
That's weird.
Right?
So I'm trying to envision this. So would they just like go up to somebody and
Drop down and
yank them by
yank
the
them.
leg?
I don't know.
That seems like a lot of work. Because if you're doing that, then that means you have to be on the ground too.
Yeah.
Which means then you have to get back up.
You better
and
hope
try
you
to
don't
run
pull
away.
the wrong person down and they hurt you with their bag full of piglets.
That's true. I guess you wouldn't want to pull a really big person down. They might land on you.
That would not be good.
But that would be kind of funny. That would be a good perp of the week.
About you're pulling
Trying
my
to rob them and pull them down by their leg and they land on you and you can't get up.
and they just call the police and
Yeah.
boom, done.
Here's one, eating crow.
Yeah, I've heard that. What does that mean?
To eat crow
mean, like,
means
where it
to
came from?
admit fault or be proved wrong after taking a strong position. Actually, the Bible lists crow as unfit for eating, and along with buzzards and rats, it was actually illegal to eat crow in the Middle Ages. As such, it was notably humiliating to consume. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I guess that makes sense.
That's interesting.
Did you say, no,
I said hold your horses.
hold your horses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I did. How about the theater term or the term when somebody's going to go on stage for something and you say break a leg? I always thought that was weird. Like, I don't actually want to break my leg.
I know. I've always wondered about that because that's such a goofy thing to say.
It is a goofy
I mean,
thing
would
to
you say, go break your neck?
Yeah. No, just your
I'd be
leg.
offended if you told me that.
No, I wouldn't want you to break your neck. That would make me sad.
Hope not.
Mm-hmm.
So what about it? Where'd it come from?
Well, because apparently superstitions run rampant in theaters that wishing somebody good luck was actually considered bad luck. You follow
Like a
me?
little reverse there.
Yeah. So instead, it was more suitable to wish somebody ill instead of wishing them well.
That's still weird.
And
though,
then that's
that you would say
maybe
that.
that's why you get flowers after you've been on stage because you didn't break your leg.
like a congratulations.
Congratulations.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. It's
You know,
just my
one that
guess.
I always thought interesting. Have you ever heard the term "can't hold a candle to whatever"?
Yeah.
I always thought that was kind of interesting because I didn't really know where that came from. But before electricity, workers needed a second set of hands to hold a candle for them. So holding a candle was clearly less challenging job. So someone who isn't even qualified to provide light to a competent worker obviously wouldn't be able to perform the task himself.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
yeah, so that's where the "can't hold a candle to"
Can't hold a
phrase
candle
came
to.
from.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, that happens, I guess.
Learning all kinds of new
All
stuff today.
kinds. Oh, you know, this one, dressed to the nines.
Yeah.
I've always heard that. And, it's like, you're dressed fancy or you're dressed well. And
That
but
one always
I've
confused me too.
I've never really understood what that means other than, what does it say? That the most popular theory comes from the fact that the very best suits used 9 full yards of fabric.
Oh,
Kind of
really?
interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody must have been the same
Dressed to the
size at
nines.
some point.
There you go. I never knew that.
Yeah,
I wonder how many people listening know some of these. They're just smart people.
I know.
How about don't count your chickens before they're hatched?
Yeah, my mom did used to say that.
Yeah, so did my parents. My parents both said that.
Did they?
Yeah, they would. And it would actually kind of irritate me because I'd be excited about something, and they meant well. It was nothing bad, but
Right.
they'd say, "Now don't count your chickens before they hatch." I'm like, "Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have chickens. It has nothing to do with chickens."
Yeah. They might get eaten by a big bird in the yard or a coyote,
Yeah.
and then you won't have all your chickens.
So the short answer is that Aesop.
Oh, okay. Like the fable guy?
Yeah. He said it. He wrote of a young milkmaid balancing a pail on her head. The girl thought, the milk in this pail will provide me with cream, which I will make into butter, which I will sell in the market, and buy a dozen eggs, which will hatch into chickens, which will lay more eggs. And soon I shall have a large poultry yard. I'll sell some of the fowls and buy myself a handsome new gown and go to the fair. And when the young fellows tried to make love to me, I'll toss my head and pass them. At that moment, the girl tossed her head and lost the pail of milk. Her mother admonished, don't count your chickens before they're hatched. Solid advice.
Yeah,
Mom.
no kidding. That's
Yeah.
great. I did not know that that's where that came
I
from. I
didn't
do
either.
like fables. We should do a podcast on fables.
On fables? Yeah. That is kind of cool.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah. Oh, this whiskey's good.
Is it? It's tasty.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard the term crocodile tears?
I have.
So the first time I ever heard this term was when I was in Australia getting my nose pierced.
Oh, really?
I got my nose pierced in Australia, and it hurt like a little bit, but like it's like was one of those like sting pains that makes, you know how you like something hurts so bad it just makes tears come out of your eyes.
Yeah.
Like it's not an emotional thing; it's like a pain thing,
Yeah.
right? But
Sometimes when I have a booger stuck in my nose, right here where my nose hair is, it pulls and it creates that. And
And
it
you
makes me cry. But I'm not really crying.
well, thanks for that visual.
I'm just saying. It happened earlier today.
Oh well, at least you're booger free. At least
Yeah, they're
to
gone.
they're okay. But anyway, the guy told me
I'm yours, honey.
I know. I'm so lucky. The guy told me that was piercing my nose. He said that I had a tear come out of my eye, and he's like, "Oh, those are just crocodile tears," and I didn't know what he meant.
Yeah.
But he was like telling me that I was pretending that I was crying. I can't do that. I'm not that good of an actor.
Yeah.
I just cry a lot.
You probably just revert back to like some sad movie, wouldn't you?
I always cry
I know.
at things like Lady and the Tramp.
You know, one that here's a term that I know you've probably heard, and I like this one. Close, but no cigar.
Ah,
Have you ever heard that one?
I have,
I heard that one all growing up.
but I never knew why either.
No, so this is very interesting. Carnivals used to give out cigars as prizes. Now, why did I not go to a carnival like that? They don't have those anymore. Nobody
kids?
gives. Well, I don't know.
There are these adult carnivals.
I don't know, but carnivals used to give out cigars as prizes. So almost winning would get you close to achieving a cigar, but not quite.
Gotcha.
So the phrase evolved into meaning and now refers to coming close to a goal but falling short. So you'd say, close, but no cigar.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that one too. I hear this one. Also, the once in a blue moon.
Mm-hmm.
Like it only comes along once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
Because blue moons are rare.
Yeah.
They only happen once a year
Mm-hmm.
or once a month.
I don't know.
A blue.
I'm just agreeing because
they are rare. It
I
says
don't know.
a blue moon is the second full moon in a single calendar month. So you'd have to have like the 2 full cycles of the moon.
All I know
I like moon.
is when it's a full moon, I don't care what color it is,
The perps are crazy.
perps go nuts.
Yeah.
They go nuts. It keeps us busy.
You know, it's funny because even like the Friday the 13th,
Yeah.
if they say that like the hospitals get busier on that day and everything.
I'm
too.
telling you, there is something to it. It's real weird.
It is interesting.
Here's one. Mind your P's and Q's. Anybody ever say that to you?
I've heard it before.
So-
Mind your own beeswax.
I don't have an answer for that one, but mind your P's and Q's. Actually, in the 17th century,
I used to-
pubs served beer in pints and quarts. So if a patron was getting unruly, the bartender would warn them, "Hey, mind your P's and Q's." And now the term simply means to mind your manners, drunk or not.
Oh,
So-
like mind your pints and quarts.
Yeah.
Like don't drink so much.
Exactly.
Chillax.
Which
Huh.
that's a super cool. Some of these are interesting, but that I think
That is
like that one and
interesting.
the cigar one, that's pretty cool.
Well, that
Playing
goes
with
into the
problems.
3 sheets to the wind.
Mm-hmm.
That has to do with being drunk too. Like
Yes.
you've heard people say, "Oh my gosh, 3 sheets to the wind."
Right.
What does that mean?
Sailors had a lot of terms for being drunk, and they all related to the ship. So being tipsy was a sheet in the wind's eye,
Okay.
and being hammered was a full 3 sheets
Oh.
to the wind. The sheets in question were actually the ropes that held down the sails. So if all 3 ropes were loose, the sails would blow or would billow around like a drunken sailor. So that's how they came
see.
up with the 3 sheets to the wind.
Interesting. Huh.
I know, isn't
So
it?
they must have had their booze on board. When we were in Key West, all those shrimp boats that were out there,
Yeah.
they said they wouldn't let the crew come to shore because they were afraid that they would get too drunk and then not be able to get back out on the ship.
I mean, it makes sense.
So
they have a job, very important business there.
it is a big business because I like shrimp.
Yes, you do.
It's delicious. If I could eat shrimp and steak as my main meal, like my main protein, I'd be happy.
I could. I just need some more money
I know, right?
to eat that every day. That'd be all right there. I probably would.
Yeah.
And chicken. I do like some chicken though, like grilled.
I know. I got a little problem.
Or fried.
You love fried chicken.
I love fried chicken.
Buffalo fried chicken.
Ooh. Or Nashville.
Ooh,
Nashville
hot chicken is good.
All right, we have one more.
All right. What is it?
White elephant.
Oh, like a white elephant gift when
Yeah.
you hear that?
Mhm.
Okay. What's that mean?
I was kind of confused by that.
Like, why do you call it that?
That's one
yeah.
that you just went along with. You just called it white elephant, but I never really knew why. Well, albino elephants were highly regarded in Southeast Asia, and they were cared for lavishly. So the term white elephant eventually evolved to mean any valuable that burdensome possession of which its owner cannot dispose and whose cost of upkeep is out of proportion to its usefulness or worth.
Oh.
So they'd say white elephant.
Like if I got a hippopotamus for Christmas?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that you that was singing that song?
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
Kind of a cute little voice.
It is.
Oh, hey, I wanted to say something else.
Ooh.
Real quick, I got to reach over here because we have these cool little stickers. See
yeah,
this?
I have one on my glass here.
Eating on the go. And if you will send us an email with your address.
eatononthego@gmail.com.
Very good.
Thank you.
You're much better at that than I am.
I know.
We'll send you one of these cool little stickers. You can put on your cup, your fridge, your butt. I don't care. Wherever you want.
Don't put it on your butt.
Wherever you want to put it.
If you do, don't send us a picture.
Yeah, please don't. But send us your address. Drop us an email or send us a private message on Facebook.
Yeah, we'll send you a sticker.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Woohoo. All right. Well,
pod quote
yeah,
time.
because we're talking about words. I found a quote about words. Raise your word. I never do these right. Like, I never can get them out properly.
It's okay.
Maybe I need to do them at the beginning of the podcast.
Too much rum?
Raise your words, not your voice. It is rain that grows flowers, not thunder.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
It's a pretty good one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I'm happy with it.
All right. Well, it's been fun chatting with you. We're out of time.
Yeah.
Make sure that you send us that email, eatononthego@gmail.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep. Do so.
And subscribe on YouTube. And you can, if you're listening, you can watch this show on YouTube. And we would love to hear from you. It's so much fun to hear from people.
Yes, it is.
But until next week.
Have a good one.
All right. We'll see you later.
Bye-bye.
Have a great week.